Idahomies Podcast number 2.
And we're back.
2.1 technically. We recorded a whole fucking podcast and it didn't record.
Oh, that was just 2 hours of shouting into the void.
Yeah, dude. Fucking shout out to Kingston for just randomly deciding to not record 10 seconds in. Appreciate you, buddy. Other than that, we got a few interesting topics coming down the pipeline on this one. This is going to be cool. Ad num, I think that's the right word. Not sure. Somebody correct me. Feel free. We will not be doing the member reviews this roundabout because I forgot to sift through. We'll get that on the next one. I promise. Y'all are in the queue. But since I'm dumb, I just did not comb through them, even though we had to record this twice, and I annotated that, I should probably include those. Intelligent people things, you know? But yeah, we got a few good topics coming out today. We got the Glock Gen 6, the MK1. Don't really know much about the Sons of Liberty Gunworks MK1. We're just going to talk about the contract and shit like that. Dumb accessories and a bunch of different stuff. Oh, one thing that I definitely wanted to bring up, NIJ tested versus certified. We had somebody bring that up in the group recently. I feel like that's important that people hear the gospel about why you don't buy tested, NIJ tested. So yeah, let's start out with a new topic idea today. What is your current TISM for guns? What have you been looking into? What have you been learning?
I've been building out my IAR.
Hell yeah.
Dude, it's been so much fun. Like, so I got it behind me right here. And it originally started because I wanted, like, okay, so super safeties come out, right? And people started putting them on fight lights. Yeah. And then there have been people starting to develop super safeties for like the M249. And that is what really got my attention because I've wanted a belt fed since I was like a kid, you know, like playing Call of Duty, World at War, the M1919. It was just the coolest freaking thing. So I've always wanted a belt fed. So not even
shooting the 240 in the cores? What's your motivation?
No, dude. It was
weird.
I mean, okay, 240 Bravo, huge influence. And I'm going to be trying to save up and get one of those eventually, God willing, helping. But
don't break
it's just
for the people on audio, he almost knocked down one of the stupid little shelves behind him
with the stupid target stand.
Hey, they're stockpile targets. You be nice.
Oh, they are. Yeah. Never mind. The best targets ever.
Yeah.
Rip stockpile.
We love you, BB.
Yeah, but I wanted a 249, and I started looking into it, and initially, like, that base gun is like $10,000. And I mean, while that's like 20 pounds of pure fucking steel sex appeal, it's just not really that feasible, especially for a closed bolt weapon that I wanted to, run like an actual belt fed. So I started looking into other options, started looking into IARs, which use the M27 in the Marine Corps. By the way, fuck the M27. That shit sucks. I don't care. I will fight you. Fuck HK. They did a bad job with that one. I will die on that hill. But these Colt IARs are just
just leaving off on that nice.
Yeah, just leave.
Yeah, fuck HK. Anyways,
fuck HK. Well, okay, fuck HK when it comes to the M27. Y'all screwed the pooch on that one.
And to their civilian support, y'all are fags for that.
Yeah, give us an actual MP7 already.
Give us MP7. Give us Chrome Line, and then we'll forgive you. Quit being fucking cucks. Yeah. HK, this is directly at you. But anyways, back to your IAR.
I'm going to clip that and then tag HK in it.
Yeah, do it. Post it on social
media.
Dude, they can get as mad as they want. They know they're cucking us.
Yeah, either way, I started looking into the price differentials. And, I mean, you can get a 100-round drum for this if you really wanted to. But I like the Surefire 60s. And it was just a nice middle ground. Like, with this rifle as it sits right now, I mean, I have a NT4 on here. I have, Surefire Turbo, B.E. Myers Mall.
I hate you.
I got some decent stuff on there, and everything on there. How this is built right now, this is almost complete. Not its final form, but it is complete. Yeah. That costs the same as the M249, and so it just didn't really make sense to purchase an LMG when I could save up for an MMG and get something of a similar capability set.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah,
so, I've been getting super into IARs. They're fun.
Hell yeah, dude.
reminds me of Gears of War, dude.
Yeah, dude, it does look sick. It does look much better in person. I thought it was gonna be chonky, but dude, the aesthetic is there. It looks so fucking good. And is that an XPS or an EXPS?
I believe it's an XPS. I just
Not
got
the
it.
quick release.
No. I just got it the other day from a buddy down in Cuna.
Yeah.
Got it for like $200. Wiped his debt clean.
Yeah,
gave him
dude.
$200. Picked it up as a temporary optic till I can save up for an LCAN Spectre.
Honestly, dude, I really like how the low profile EOTech the XPS or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
the one without the QD mount, it just looks so proper, dude. Anytime I see a rifle with that, I'm like, oh, that looks fucking good.
See,
And I've noticed under night vision, having the controls in front of your face instead of to the side is a lot easier to work with under nods.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like the side buttons, you got to go through the shroud to poke them. You can learn the pad, you can figure it out, but having it right in front of your face right there is so much more intuitive.
See, I'm going to have to try that out because I have not shot night vision with an EOTech in years, probably.
Dude, it's like there's a TV screen in front of you, dude. It's nice.
Yeah, no, I'm going to need to get out and try it out. Unfortunately, this isn't the night vision model, but if you just turn it all the way down.
Oh, the night vision model's right next to it.
Yeah?
On the spear.
You want to try it?
Maybe.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But either way, I like it. I just think it needs a riser. I feel like it needs a little riser. I was actually looking at those BCM, like those little clamp risers.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be cool, but it works for now, and it's like I'm not gonna keep it anyway. I've already I'm making plans to get rid of it. Obviously, I'm just talking with you, so it's like.
Sorry about the
we'll see how it
awkward
goes.
pause a second ago. I was listening to the background. I'm pretty sure my lady just got home. So I was like, what's going on in the background? I know I just awkwardly paused out. But yeah.
Oh, you're good.
And then my current active tism has been long range.
Yeah.
I've been learning because everybody.
You've been getting super into that.
Yeah, dude. And it's because I started to realize I was highly behind the power curve when it comes to long range. There's so much stuff. Everybody thinks they can shoot long range. Everybody think they have it.
Until they get behind the gun.
And, well, it's not even that, dude, because you'll shoot 2 or 3 rounds and make an impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
At 6, 7,000, whatever, right? As long as you have good fundamentals. But as soon as you get into actual long range, like using a Kestrel, learning your velocities, truing your BC, gun levels, and stuff like that, shout out to the MDT Send It, Gen 2 in specific. I think that is the most intuitive level you can get. I fucking love that thing. But once you get into stuff like that and learning velocities, learning the transonic range, how to true out kestrels, environmental factors, all that kind of stuff, and learning about shooting bags and all the different kind of stuff, man, you start to realize, whoa, there's way more to this stuff. And hopefully we'll get Tucker from Everly Stock on the podcast. I know he wants to come on. He is the top level autist in a good way. When it comes to long range, that dude probably has forgot more than I'll ever know. He's massively impressive. Dude has accuracy internationals, multiple.
That's tight.
I'm like, God damn, dude.
Inside you, there are 2 wolves. One says 1 shot, 1 kill. The other says mag dump them. Only one needs to hit.
Quite literally polar opposites right now. But yeah, at least we're both suppressed. We're cultured. We're cultured.
It's 2026. If you're not suppressed by now, dude, just get on it, man. You're at $0 tax stamp now. It's 2026. Big beautiful bill just got into effect. There are tons of cheap cans out there that you could get for the price of a weapon light. And it may not be the best, but
shout
it
out
will
Northreach.
work. Northreach.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. Andrew.
WBB.
But yeah, no, cans are really necessary at this point in time. At least in my opinion.
I'm gonna put this on notice. All members of Idahomies and listeners of the podcast, tax stamps are free now. If I see anyone with a brace after March 1st, I'm going to fucking clown you.
I will fight
100%. I'm going to clown the fuck out of you if you have a brace on your gun.
He will assault you verbally, and I will assault you physically.
I will if anyone submits a member review with a brace, I'm going to make shit on you. It will be an automatic 3 at the highest. You could have a fucking Delta CAD clone with a brace, and I'm gonna shit on it.
Dude, tax stamps. So they're actually so I believe it was in the first 24 hours of 2026, there were over
350,000
forms filed. They are using, and I'm not confirmed, but I think they're using AI to approve these now because
There's
just
no
like
way.
just like 2 days ago.
There's no
Or,
way.
no, not 2 days. 2 hours ago. So I filed on the 3rd. I got approved on the 7th today.
I've been hearing about some FFLs having issues with fucking e-forms crashing. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell everybody? They're like, oh, they're updating the website. It should be fine. I was like, it's gonna crash.
It took
and
me.
Here we are. It's
it
fucking
took me
crashing.
a while to get the form actually submitted, but once it was submitted, everything was fine. I thought I was gonna have to wait 3-4 weeks, maybe. I didn't know how long it was gonna take. In class this morning, get an email, check it. Oh, your form status has changed to approve. I'm like,
hey yo,
oh yeah,
hell yeah, dude.
Got that Micro Pew 22 from Northreach going on my 1022,
my man.
So I can actually go to the range and have a fun day without costing an arm and a leg.
Northreach, if you're listening, you see that Chiappa little badger in the corner? I'm going to chop like 10 inches off that barrel and then put one of your suppressors on it. Probably get Cerakoted in some fuck ass color. Probably pink or something. Do some like Miami Tiger Stripe or something.
I was gonna say
badass.
You need to do the Miami Tiger Stripe. We need to go back up.
I should do Miami chocolate chip. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that been done before.
I haven't seen it either.
Dude, we're both wearing chocolate chip right now.
Are we? Oh shit, we are.
We're wearing chocolate chip.
Hey! I didn't even.
Quick, let's touch tips.
Let me shuck it just once.
Oh my god.
But yeah. Been getting into long range, been figuring out that TISM a little bit. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'm just checking the camera. We've been having some memory issues. We're exporting to a Kingston drive and it's just not working like it used to. We recorded the whole first episode on a Kingston drive and then now it's just being gay. So anywho,
everyone in the comments, if there's comments, go and thank Cole for all of his hard work. We are the only people here. We don't have a producer or a director, anyone helping us keep on schedule. We have an iPhone camera set up right there and we can't see if it's recording or not. So we've had tons of technical difficulties. Yeah. This has been Cole's love child. So, huge shout out to you, dude.
Appreciate it. It hasn't been much hard work. Honestly, dude, the main thing that I've been having like learning curves with, and another TISM, speaking of, I'll have 2 TISMs for this episode, is learning like LUTs, learning audio, learning what clipping is, learning fucking all this kind of stuff associated to running a camera properly, like ISOs, shutter speed, all that kind of stuff. And it's been super intriguing. I've learned a lot from it. We got about 10 minutes before a break. We're going to start doing breaks just because of that. We don't want to have to re-record a whole podcast. So yeah, that's a thing.
That would suck.
But yeah, AJ Bocox has been a huge help. Lane Abershire, both of those guys have been so unbelievably solid. All the media guys at the agency too. They've been super supportive of this and what we're doing. And I really appreciate that, dude. Like, it means a lot that you guys are willing to sit down and talk to me about this kind of stuff. I know it's your profession, and it's sort of weird to teach somebody your profession, at least in some people's opinions. So it means a lot, especially the Beyond Tactical guys, letting me sit down during a range day and just sort of get a few pictures, even though I was sort of hesitant at first. I just wanted to see what was going on, and you were like, dude, try it. I really appreciate that, and it's really cool to see that come together, see the community come together and help me out on this and try to get it figured out so everything can get right. I'm going to start recording an Apple log here soon. I don't know if I'll do it for the podcast, but that'll be a whole entire learning curve as well. And yeah, it's been good. It's been fun. But let's jump back to the main TISM,
Glock Gen 6.
Huh?
Let's get into Glock Gen 6.
Hold on. One more thing.
Oh, you're nice.
We will be able to do a first and a not common one because I'm very impatient when I get my packages for gun stuff. Sometime during this podcast, hopefully, a Armageddon Gear Game Changer +1 heavy fill bag will be showing up at my doorstep, and we're going to do a live unboxing of a bag. Congratulations. For you long-range nerds, you're like, oh, he's cultured. Yeah, shout out Tucker. I wouldn't know about it without him. Or Lewis. Him too. He's been a big help. He showed me how to get through Kestrels. Shout out to the homie. Seriously, it's fucking cool. Long range is fucking dope, and there's a lot more to it if you actually sit down and start to learn about it. Positional shooting. There's a million different ways to shoot off of a tripod, proper tripod setup, everything, man. There's so much to it, and it's so fucking fun. If you're a technical person in any regard, long range is fucking awesome. But yeah,
I cannot wait to watch you open a cardboard box with a mini beanbag in it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No, dude, I was so
It's an
surprised.
oversized hacky sack.
I'm not even shitting you. Like, I thought the bags were sort of stupid. I was like, oh, whatever, because I didn't really know long range. And then
I did it first too.
yeah, and then I was like, this is fucking stupid. Why are these people carrying around all these bags, buying different bags? Like, bro, just like throw a t-shirt under it or something, get some stability. No. It is a legitimate game changer.
Yeah.
Like, it's the name of the bag, I guess. But
so when you're looking through your target on a scope, right? You're going to have to bring that rifle up and pull that stock back into your shoulder. That is going to put a lot of pressure.
Depending if you're on a barricade or not.
Depending if you're on a barricade or not.
There's so many different situations where something.
If you're shooting from prone.
Yeah.
If you're shooting from prone, you're going to be pulling that back. It's going to put a lot of pressure on your elbow, which I found out. And I tried, to ease that a lot with I would take off my hoodie and I'd put it under my hoodie. I'd try all this different stuff. And, after about a minute of looking through the scope, I'd find it starting to shake.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, there's got to be something, to this.
Yeah.
So I bought a bag and I put it right under the back of the stock at the very rear. I set it there and I'm like, I don't have to move.
God,
I don't have to move anything. Like I put my hand on the bag and you squeeze the bag to lower it and, release it to raise it.
Yeah, dude.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Highly recommend if you're shooting past even 600, 700,
I'd
800.
say 400 precision shots, 350 even. Like get a bag. It's a legitimate game changer, man. Luis Hamilton, he helped me out a lot with that. He let me borrow one of his, and I immediately learned oh wow, I can adjust this to where I have a really good natural point of aim coming through this fucking optic pointed directly at the target, getting it nailed to where I'm not just slightly tweaking it with muscle pressure, just a perfect natural rest. And when you get that, you can spam shots back to back, just boom, boom. And before you even hear the rounds hit the steel, you fired both rounds, and then you hear the ding, ding back. Most satisfying thing ever, dude.
It gives me the warm and fuzzies when that happens.
It's fucking sick, man.
Ding, ding, ding. You're when. Oh
yeah.
Yep.
Fucking sick.
I get it. Well, we keep rabbit holing.
Gen
I think
6 I held one today.
What? Where?
Dude, BBR.
They have them?
They have 2 19s.
For sale.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yes. On God.
And that's going to be Idahomies Podcast number 2. I'm going to see you guys later. I'm heading out.
Yeah, dude. But no, I held it, and I sort of looked at it online, and I was like, okay, they changed the texture. They added agency's accelerator ledge or whatever it is. Yeah, it is what it is. They added a flat shoe. That was my general impression from seeing it online, but seeing it in person, the grip profile is completely different. It genuinely feels pretty good, man. And I know it seems like it's not much of a change, right? I promise you, go and hold one in person and you're going to be like, "Oh, fuck, this feels good." And that was my first impression too. And I've had a Gen 5 19, a Gen 5 17, XYZ, holding a Gen 6 19. They only have 19s right now. The ledge on the bottom that crevasses your pinky or whatever, I had to throw an agency magwell on mine for it to cup right.
Yeah,
it is
that's
different.
What I do on my 19.
It's different on the Gen 6. It cups it just right.
See, and that was my biggest pet peeve of the 19. That's why I like my 45.
The palm swell feels so good for my hands. It may be different for you, but there is a significant benefit there. One thing I will say is I keep hearing online, oh, the trigger's better, the trigger's worse, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm pretty dialed in on Glock triggers. It feels the same, but with a flat shoe. And I've shot a Glock a fucking lot, so maybe it's easier for me to pick up on that, but it feels the same, brother. I'm going to be honest, it's just a flat shoe. And if you want to maintain complete stock, that's a really good thing. You got a flat face on it now. But it feels the same in my opinion.
I mean, I feel like, I wasn't really expecting much out of the trigger. If we're being out, Glock triggers have always left,
room to be desired.
Yeah. But I am glad that they fixed, their 2 main things that people have complained about for a while now, which was ergonomics and their MOS sighting system.
Yeah.
The optics mount.
One thing I want to point out is it's not to the point where the gun looks fucking goofy. In my opinion, I'm going to get hate for this one, but the PDP grip looks fucking goofy. And it's because it is too ergonomic. Don't get me wrong, feels good. But it just looks fucking goofy. And to be honest, Glock has a perfect medium where it's this is cut paste sort of from our old one, but there
Yeah.
is a swell and there is features. If you go look at it, it's not just a swell. They have a cutout for the mag release. Like it's properly thought up and done out. I will say that, and I do appreciate it. As soon as they come out with a 34 Gen 6, I'm gonna
getting
cop
one.
one.
Yeah, I'm getting one.
Yeah.
Shoot, I may go to BBR.
They're there, bro.
I may mess around. They're supposed to come out on the
They're there.
20th.
There's 2 of them.
I looked it up on Google. They were like, oh yeah, no, they're hitting shelves and for sale on the 20th.
You should have the first stopple. You should have the first stippled Gen 6.
Dude, I don't need to spend more money. I'm already horribly financially irresponsible.
The moment you realize, oh fuck,
he's right though.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man, you know, I'll have to.
They got
I'll
a blue label one too. It's in the 5s.
Are you serious? A blue label Gen 6?
Yes, yes, sir.
Dude, you're making this harder and harder for me to
It's like
say no.
560 something, if I'm right.
This is why I don't hang out with you, because you encourage me to make poor financial decisions.
Go buy a Bolty. You'll have more fun than you ever imagined.
Okay.
Okay.
Just okay.
All right, we're gonna take a quick pause, real quick. I want to see if my lady just got home or if my dog fell off the couch. I'm not fucking sure which one happened. So.
All right. Well,
We're gonna
we
go
will be
figure
back
that out.
after the break.
Yes, sir. We are back. We are back to this show.
All right.
All right.
And we're back from the break.
We forgot what we were talking about. Gen 6. I don't know if we even wrapped that up.
I don't know. I mean,
Well,
I think that we did. I mean, it's a new Glock. You know, it's a new iPhone. But
Yeah, pretty much, dude. I'm happy with it, though.
I'm happy with it, but, you know.
At least they did something. It's not like they just removed the finger grooves.
Yeah.
Like, they did something. All right, what should we jump into? Let's talk about this. What should my first build be and what we think? Like, let's talk specifically in regards to people that are buying a gun to turn around and train with it. Like, they actually want to invest in themselves, not just buy dumb guns for fun, which there's nothing wrong with that, you know, but we're talking specifically in a use case scenario.
If you want one rifle that is a serious rifle that you can keep for the rest of your life and train with, you know, duty rated, think what would it be? Like, that's what we're getting into, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And let's do brand, you know, and let's make it accessible.
Brand and setup?
Like bare minimum brands and setup. Yeah.
Okay. You want me to roll it?
You lead, bro.
All right. So, I am extremely biased. I am a huge fan of BCM. I think BCM is as solid of a rifle as they come. Like, they are duty rated. Definitely better than, I mean, a lot of police departments are getting issued. Like, I know police departments are getting, you know, arrows and M&P Sports, all this different stuff. BCM is a solid baseline quality that I probably wouldn't dip under.
Yeah.
What about you? What are you thinking?
For baseline rifle, I would definitely vote BCM as well. You know, they're at a fantastic price point, and they've held a sterling reputation throughout the industry as a baseline rifle.
What's one step above that and one step above, or one step below that?
I'm not going to say below it because I don't want people to go buy it. One above, like a slight step above.
Yeah.
You know,
if you wanted to spend just a little bit more money,
I would have to say Geisley.
I was about to think. It's a hive mind here.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're just shouting into the void, just jerking each other off.
Specifically, Super
mentally.
Duty or Urgy. Those two.
Yeah, Urgy, get an Urgy. Those are cool.
Yeah.
But as far as like base rifle, right?
Yeah.
What do you think someone's ideal barrel length should be? What kind of optics should they be running? What accessories do you think is a must?
I'll just say my build list first for what I would recommend for anybody getting into it and wanting a solid setup but not fully sure if they want to invest in the hobby yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's sort of my perspective that I'm coming from with it, because at the end of the day, if they do go with this build list, they're going to have something that's extremely solid and reliable and has a great reputation.
Yeah.
First things first, I would say barrel length is slightly dependent on location. If you live in the middle of New York City, you're going to have different needs to get out of that city versus somebody that lives in the middle of Wyoming or Idaho or whatever it may be, right? So you have to take into consideration your environmental factors for sure. With that being said, if you live anywhere that you're in open areas or in the forest within 15, 30, 45 minutes, I would have to side with a 14.5. I think it's a fantastic barrel length, especially suppressed. If you're in a city and you're going to hunker down in the city, go with the 12.5. At a minimum, 10.3 to 12.5. If you can swing going with a 14.5 and you're comfortable with it, I would recommend that overall. I would go the BCM upper, BCM lower. Don't get caught up in all the fucking ambidextrous stuff. It's nice to have, but it's not a necessity at all if you're on a budget. Bias that towards getting a good trigger, good other accessories. I would highly recommend B5 software, fucking stocks and all that accoutrements.
Furniture.
Yeah, furniture. And go with a suppressor that isn't overtly long. Like I got an LPM duty on that, and it's a fantastic can, man. It really is. Even though it's a little bit shorter, it's a K can. If I'm right, they call it a K can. It should be. But regardless,
yeah.
I would do a BCM upper, BCM lower. I would probably go with some iteration of a Geisley trigger. I feel like that is important over a mil spec for performance. B5 furniture. I would throw a decent can on it, a K can up front. Probably LPM, 4 systems, North Reach, go Surefire RC2, even though it's a little outdated. Otter Creek Labs, speaking of the replacement for the RC2, in my opinion. I think the Polo is the new standard, Polo K in specific.
Polo is nice.
And if you're going with a 14.5, that's a decent barrel length for a 5.56. You have a decent amount of range before you go transonic, so you want an optic that can back that up, right? In my opinion, LPVOs are dead. I think that they're sort of not good for what we do. There are specific uses like 2-gun, 3-gun, whatever, that it fits the needs quite well. But if you're going to be running a piggyback or offset dot in that situation, your general purpose SPR rifle, your go-to gun, why have a shitty 1X when you're going to look through your dot anyways? It's redundant, which, don't get me wrong, the right kind of redundancy is a good thing, but the 1X on all LPVOs is fucking dog shit. You can get some that are better than others. That's true. 100%, like a Kales or whatever it may be. They're good, but you're not going to choose it over your dot. In my experiences, I ran an LPVO for a short period of time. Well, not even short, dude. It was like a year.
Yeah.
And
it was on it for a while.
Yeah, dude. 100%. And I didn't enjoy it. I never, ever used my 1X, to be quite honest. So why don't you step up a little bit and you go with an MPVO like what you see right here, a Night Force NX8 2.5 to 20 with a good reticle in it. Make sure you're getting first focal plane. Preferably mil. Learn the mil system. It's extremely helpful when you're shooting long range. Speaking about our long range knowledge endeavor earlier. And the reason that I say that is because you can turn around and multiply. It's a force multiplier, right? So you can turn around and you can throw an optic on it with a significant amount more magnification with a slight weight penalty, albeit, but very slight in most cases, and get much more use out of your gun. You're going to be able to ID targets out farther. You're going to be able to figure out in normal situations, this isn't shit hits the fan or whatever it may be. If it's a coyote or if it's somebody's pet or XYZ reasons, you'll be able to identify things better, right?
I just remembered that picture of that woman that shot the husky thinking it was a wolf.
Yeah, which is fucked.
PID, people, it's important.
Should have had an MPVO, fucking loser. Anywho,
glass quality is important.
So, yes, it is. And one thing that people don't think about when it comes to glass, especially people that aren't into long range, is you want to make sure your turret tracking is accurate, and there's ways to test that and make sure that it's repeatable. Like if you dial out, if I dial all the way out right now on this thing and I bring it all the way back, I have zero doubt it's going to be exactly where I left it off, that it returned to zero. Some scopes have issues with that, especially cheaper ones, but we're getting off topic here. Get yourself a nice solid mount, a decent MPVO. You want to go 2.5, 3.6. That start is your magnification start range. Try to end up in the 18 to 20 range at your top, or whatever you're comfortable with, a 4 to 16 or whatever it may be.
Good rule of thumb for picking an optic is however many yards you want to shoot. Like say you have 900 yards. You don't believe this? Hold on. Let me finish my thought for our listeners. But so if you are shooting at 900 yards, you want 18 times magnification. A standard rule of thumb, from what I have been told, is ×2 per every 100 yards.
Yeah, so what, times 2?
Yeah, like ×2 magnification per every 100 yards.
So that would be 10x at 1,000?
No, that would be 20 at 1,000.
Okay, fair enough. I
be-
thought you were going to go with the old adage.
No,
of
it would be like
1x
10
per.
at 500, 8 at 400.
Okay, I thought the age-old adage was 1x per. 20x at 1,000. You could definitely, it leaves some room to be desired. I would like to be in the 25, whatever it may be, region at that point, if you're actually shooting 1,000 for a purpose. But with that being said, 20 is more than adequate. You can hit a target. It's easy if you're a good shooter. But yeah, you're right on that. I thought you were going to go half that. So you're right. My bad. Yeah, but a good MPVO up top. Make sure you throw a good light on it. I got a Surefire on that one, as you should. But yeah, that would be my setup. Don't get caught up on charging handles and nice little trinkets. Don't get me wrong. Get carried away with FCD. It's nice shit. But at the same time, you can cut out all of that stuff and save a ton of money. The build that I just talked about, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna recommend a cheaper optic. In my opinion, that optic right there is the absolute perfect optic for any kind of SPR GPR. I think that is the golden standard. I think that is no holds barred. I wish they offered the same magnification, reach, and attacker, but they don't. It is what it is. It's a fantastic optic for the purpose, so I'm going to recommend that exact optic, which is a Night Force NX8 2.5 to 20 mil XT. A lot of people, when they're newer to shooting, me included, I started out with a mil C, and there's a lot of room to be desired. Buy the reticle that has more on it, and learn into it. I made the mistake of when I built out my Mars H buying a mil C, and I immediately realized my faults. You can even step up to, if you're like a shit hits the fan prepper and you think an EMP is going to wipe out your rangefinder, you can even go tremor. Tremor, you can manually range things with the reticle lines and all that kind of stuff. You can, in theory, do the same thing with Mil XT. It's just not purpose-built. And then you also have calibrated wind dots inside of a tremor reticle, which is extremely beneficial. But, Mil XT or tremor, a lot of people that shoot PRS recommend the Mil XT. It's a little bit less clouded when it comes to information. Information overload is a thing. But yeah, I'm going to recommend that NX8 that I got up top. A nice BCM rifle, good Geisley trigger, some B5 furniture, a light on it, get a can on it. Can's definitely important at that point. If you can swing it, also get a decent bipod like that Atlas Cal right there. That is a fantastic, fan-fucking-tastic be-all, end-all rifle. And if you're in the city and you plan to stay in the city, something similar, 12.5 with an EOTech with a magnifier up top would hold over just the same. What do you think?
Nice. Well, I'm thinking probably like you said in between 14.5 and 12.5.
Depending on environmental.
Depending on environmental stuff. I like to say if you're gonna buy one rifle, and let's say you live somewhere where you don't really know if you're what kind of distance you're gonna be engaging at. Let's say you're living on the outskirts of a city, let's say there's a lot of houses around, lots of buildings, so there's closer engagements, but there's also further engagements, like half mile down the street or, whatever. I would have to say as a solid all-around rifle, tip to butt, so I'm going with the K-Can.
Yeah, as you should, yeah.
I think K-Cans are slept on. Mostly because, people want more baffles. They want that sound suppression. They want all this different stuff. But let's be real. A suppressor should be used for concealing your movements, making it harder to know where you are. But it's not going to be, you're not going to be completely silent with it. It's going to help reduce your muzzle flash. It's going to help reduce your sound signature, but it's not going to completely hide you from anything else.
And another thing to add is they're extremely beneficial indoors. If anybody's shot indoors without one, it gets fucking loud. The same thing can be applied to a pistol. If you have a comp report on your pistol, it's significantly more noticeable and shocking when you shoot it indoors. It can throw you off task a little bit for some, But
either way, starting off with that K-Can, I would definitely recommend a 13.9. I think 13.9 is a phenomenal barrel length. It is right in the middle of, being, in between like 12.5 and 16 inch, right? There's about 2 inches there, give or take a little on each end. And I just think it's nice. You can hit targets at a decent distance, but it's not going to be terribly long, so you can bring it indoors. It'll be good for maneuvering in cars. Well, not as ideal as something like 10.5, or 10.3, like a Mark 18. You'll still have a lot more maneuverability with that rifle in those confined spaces. Getting into the optics, I feel like that's a really tough one. Like, yes, nice MPVO, but
I'll die on that hill.
I have a different view on that.
Okay, let's hear it, man.
So, scopes require a bit of a learning curve, correct?
As you should, yes.
As you should.
Yeah.
So, if this one person wants to have this one rifle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that they're probably not going to, and I'm thinking about someone now. I'm not thinking about someone who's like, let me get a rifle, let me go out and like, let me make this a part of my personality, like in my hobbies, like I want to start training. I'm thinking about someone that's concerned for, like their family and is like, hey, I want to take this once a year, zero it, make sure that it's good, and be ready to go. I think honestly, something like a red dot with a magnifier would probably be the way to go for someone, looking for that.
Yeah.
I'm super biased. I love Aimpoint's, Aimpoint T2 in specific. I love their micro red dots. Aimpoint Pros, solid. Vibe, Comp M4s, they're all awesome. And pairing that with the magnifier, you can definitely use that to push out a lot further. And so I really like that. I would recommend 100% get an ambidextrous lower, get ambi controls. You don't know what's going to happen. I was actually out shooting with my dad maybe like a month ago now, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And, we were just doing pistol work. And, he is not nearly into guns as me. Like he has a Glock 43X that he uses for church security and, protection of the house. And that's about it. He'll go out and shoot with his buddies maybe like twice a year, but I started doing a lot of different drills, and he was wondering why, what are you doing? Like, why are you, why are you shooting one-handed? Why are you shooting with your other hand? Why are you doing like all this stuff? And I'm like, well, let's say, you get unlucky and a bullet catches your dominant arm. Are you going to be completely taken out of the fight after that? That's something that, you have to think about and work on. I like having like this. I have the, I forget what it's formerly CAGWorks. They're raised and extended slide release on the Glock.
I think it's Primatia.
Yeah, that's it. But if I did not have this here, I would be putting my hand sort of like this to drop the slide, which is breaking this grip. If I have this slide release, there we go. And I can still shoot one-handed. And it's not going to be nearly as accurate, but you need to learn to not be taken out of the fight without your dominant hand. Or what am I trying to say? You can't be taken out of the fight just because your dominant arm goes down. And that's why I recommend ambidextrous controls for pretty much everything. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know, how you're going to need to use your rifle. If some people like to switch their firing hands when going around different corners, which isn't something that I recommend. I just recommend changing the shoulder stock. But
I recommend throwing a flashbang in there.
just frag it. M67s.
If you're in a shit hits the fan situation and you're in there pushing CQB, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's a losing
Number
game.
one rule is just get out of there.
Yeah. The number one rule is have fun.
number one rule of gun safety is always have fun. No, the best firefight you get into is the one that you don't.
Yep.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I would also recommend BCM furniture, B5. I really like the SOT mod stocks. I see you got one, the SOT mod enhanced. I have the same exact thing. I prefer them over, common stocks like, the Magpul CTR.
Great stock, but
it's a great stock.
It's less capable.
It feels lacking compared to a SOT mod. And I feel like once you get a SOT mod, you don't really want to go back.
Yeah, I mean, let's list out a few of the benefits here.
You got the
in the back of the stock. If I can, I'm not going to knock everything down, but there's a tool back there in the back of that stock you can buy. It's called an M4 tool. And
it's like a bolt override. Mm-hmm. It's really nice to have in there. Yeah. You also got your battery compartments on either side. I keep
dual
6
battery
CR123A batteries in every single one of my stocks. I just put a little piece of toilet paper in there to keep it from clagging
is
around.
Actually going to be 3D printing a little puck in there so it's tight.
Nice.
And it's not wiggling. Yeah, we're going to put rubber at the end so you can put them in there and they're nice and tight.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and another thing that a lot of people don't think about is throwing batteries in the stock is a really good way to balance the weight of the rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got that fully loaded out on batteries because I got a bipod and all that shit up front. It helps balance out the rifle. I like it a lot.
You also have a very nice cheek weld with the SOT mod stock.
Mm-hmm. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that I ran into sort of is when you put a bag under it, it can sort of actuate the lever a little bit. So you just got to be cognizant of that. Yeah. There's things you can buy online to get around it, like augmented levers and stuff like that. In fact, Idahomies is going to be me. I'm going to be designing it. I'm going to be designing a bag grider that goes onto a SOT mod here soon and releasing that on the website. That'll be my next push.
Definitely get a light too. Surefire is what I recommend just because of their reputation, their reliability.
340, 640 DFT.
Yeah.
Turbo.
Get a turbo. There's no reason you shouldn't be getting a turbo in 2026.
I caved. He told me. I was up visiting Nathan with him, and we had the argument about turbo versus ultra on a pistol. And honestly, on a pistol, the ultra should be able to cut it. In my opinion, it sort of does. The thing that got me, and the point that they got me on, is photonic barriers. If somebody has a less powerful light and they're pointing it at you, you're going to be able to push through that, and it's not going to be as sharp on your eyes versus if you have a turbo versus an ultra, right? So if you point a turbo at somebody carrying an ultra, it's going to overpower that ultra. And that's really the only sale point. I noticed when I ran a turbo, especially on rifles, which is obviously a little bit higher candela than this, if I'm right, if you're in a white room, it's really fucking bright. And that was sort of my main push for staying with an ultra, but honestly, it's bearable, on this specific light. It's not too bad. It is a significant difference from going from straight darkness or near dusk to a big ass turbo light at the center. And it might wash out your dots, so that's something you got to be cognizant of. Hit an extra 2 on your good old RCR. Shout out Trijicon Optics, and then you got decent illumination on it, and that works. That cuts the cheese, in my opinion. So I'll say it. You and Nathan, Art and War, you were correct.
Yeah. Thank you.
In some cases, yeah. Well, conditionally approved, as the ATF would say.
Either way. Getting back, I'll wrap up the first build topic, but definitely suppressor, light, sling, optic. If you don't know what you want, if you have a lot of different environments around you, get a 13.9, get a red dot with a magnifier, get a good, decent light that can push out pretty far. Get a sling because you're not going to want to be holding that the entire time, especially if you're hiking great distances.
Important, yes. I also forgot that.
Get a suppressor. There's no reason you should not have one in 2026 anymore. But either way, I did want to get into... I will fucking flack you. Fuck around, dude.
I didn't know it got brighter.
Yeah, dude. It's one of the Princeton lights.
Ah.
Yeah.
You learn something every day.
And you use those for how many years in the Marines? And
fuck, a while, dude. It was my favorite little goodie thing to carry around. I enjoyed
And
this
you
thing.
always just used it on the lowest power.
Lowest fucking setting. I never held it. I didn't know it did that until just now.
Idiot.
Hey!
You're retarded.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's
no one told you.
Let's fucking go. Check this shit out. Here, look, camera. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Tism's really kicking right now, baby. Let's fucking go.
Is that the multiple different color model too?
Yeah. Does it change on the colors too?
Yep. Should.
Shout out Streamlight. That's sick.
No.
Fuck yeah. I didn't even know that until just now.
No.
Fuck.
Well, either way, another topic I wanted to get into. And like we are sort of, getting a little bit pressed for time, but I wanted to get into super safeties.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you think that manufacturers actually, before we even get into that, give me your thoughts on super safeties.
Super safeties. Art and Moore just had the guy that invented them on their podcast. Learned a lot from that.
Tim Hoffman? No.
Yeah. Pretty cool guy.
Hoffman, you are a G. I
yeah.
love you. You've done amazing things for the firearm community. And I will go fight the Rare Breed CEO for you.
Yeah. That's a little sharp for the podcast, but fuck Rare Breed. Seriously, you guys are a bunch of fucking fags.
Yeah, you guys are cucks.
Anyways.
Where's
shout out, homie. Making that open source game changed the gun industry for the better. You gave us opportunities that weren't possible before. So that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
With that being said, they started out as a 3D printed product. They were one of those things that was like, I don't know, they're not very reliable, and they started becoming more legitimate, right? I feel like we're at that precipice of becoming legitimate, like truly legitimate. The industry's still learning about them. We're still developing tech to be compatible.
Yeah.
Right? My big thing, one thing that I'll add on is I'm not a huge fan of a push button on an AR. I think it's gimmicky, right? No offense to your original design. Great job, dude. Like I said, I appreciate it. I prefer a selector type, right? I prefer 3-position just because of my previous training. But saying that, I do think that they are starting to gather legitimacy. Do I think that every rifle that has one is inherently reliable? No, not at all.
No.
And that's my problem that I have with it. I think once we have one that is like tried and true, gonna last 80, 90,000 rounds. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Absolutely. But we just simply don't have that yet, as far as I'm aware.
So what do you think of like my MP5? Like I don't have it here, right? But I have a super safe
on an MP5 that's bearable. And I think it's because it's a platform I didn't train with for years and years and years. I don't know. The push button thing, it seems like you could accidentally slam it and press the wrong one.
Okay.
Right? With an MP5, it's a little bit more
you were talking about its reliability and its potential breakage. What do you think of the fact that I ran, and you can confirm with Malkev,
yeah, I know,
2,000 rounds of 9mm in the course of 4 hours?
Yeah.
With an MP5. Didn't clean it, didn't do nothing to it beforehand, didn't even lube it. It just ran.
Yeah.
And I don't believe, I'm thinking back, I've probably put 6 or 7,000 rounds to the MP5 by this point in time. I think I've had 3 malfunctions.
I think you're getting there. The thing that I'm looking for is a higher round count, right? And I'm looking for consistency. I'm looking for, how Streamlight, Night Force, Knights, LPM, Atlas, whatever it may be, those are tried and true. We don't have a tried and true for safeties yet, super safeties. I'm waiting for that tried and true that's that's the one. And it's just simply not out there yet. That's what I'm waiting for.
I feel like the AS Designs is coming close.
Absolutely.
That's coming very close. And the thing I love too is innovation keeps building, right? We came out with they came out with the original push button super safety, and that showed people holy shit, this is possible.
Yeah.
ATF took it to court. They got shut down. People are like, oh my gosh, this is here to stay. This isn't just a bump stock thing anymore. And so it's here to stay. Everyone, a lot of people are using them. I go down to Cuna, Swan Falls.
Dude, you
hear it all the time. I don't think I can go down there on a Saturday without sounding like a war zone.
Yeah,
like
dude.
it's exploding targets every 5 minutes, like machine guns going off, or super safe guns going off, to my left and right. It's just brah, brah, pop, 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 boom, brah, pop, 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 boom. Like it's cool. It's a vibe to be down there, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like, yeah.
You think you're sitting on a rooftop.
Exactly.
But nah, man.
Rooftop at Baghdad, dude.
I think they need to be proved out a little bit further. And I think that in our next topic is you want to bring up if manufacturers should offer them in rifles. I think that it is very possible that, whatever brand they choose, whatever it may be, could run into issues. Because like I said, we don't have a proven one yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, it could possibly damage that company's reputation. So I see them falling into the lower wickets of guns and people seeing them as a gimmick, and that's a risk because they're not a gimmick. They have applicable uses, and I'd be worried that like Bear Creek or whatever the fuck, it picks them up and they're like, oh, we're the first super safety gun, and they just completely fuck over the reputation of the super safety. That's my concern.
Okay.
Because do you wanna pick up a product that Bear Creek? Oh hell yeah, we run them, we love.
I don't want to be in the same room as a Bear Creek in general.
Yeah,
like,
see, that's what I'm getting at here, right?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, a lot of entry level consumers, they don't necessarily understand yet. That's a topic I'd like to talk about one day. Is the amount of misinformation and amount of bullshit in the gun industry that captures lower knowledge, not as experienced. People that are into the gun scene, gun, whatever you want to call it. That is a huge thing that you need to be aware of. But continue.
No. Well, I'll just jump in. I think that manufacturers, and I have seen a few manufacturers start offering guns like that come pre-installed with super safeties.
Yeah.
I don't exactly remember who it was.
That was going to be my next question.
Okay, I'll have to find it, but there was a company I know for a fact that was selling AKs, and there was an option to have it pre-installed with a super safety. I remember seeing that, and that was the first time I saw that, and I was like, oh, like this is new. And so that's why I wanted to bring it up and see, do you think like this is gonna become a new norm? Do you think that semi-automatic rifles, like,
I would love to see it in time.
Yeah.
In time. I don't think we're there yet. I think it needs to be a little bit more legitimized.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as they're legitimized and there's a golden standard, if a good brand like BCM or whatever fucking kits out a heavy barrel upper and makes it like their squad gun that comes with it or whatever stupid name they choose, and it's a legitimate offering, I think that that's going to extremely solidify the reputation of the super safety, and it's going to give it a permanent place in the industry, minus its legal aspect, which is already permanent.
Yeah.
That's my perspective on it.
Yeah. No, ATF's already taken it to court multiple times.
Yeah, well,
and they've
ATF
been told
can fucking schlomp on my mini cock.
Yeah, they've been told to, piss off. But one thing I have heard recently about this, ATF, you're a bunch of bastards. I hate you.
Fuck all y'all.
But
fuckers.
They did something that I hate to admit was kind of clever recently.
What?
So they gave, they didn't give it. There's something to do with Rare Breed's patent. But essentially, Rare Breed has a patent now where it's like they are encompassing...
Oh, they have exclusivity.
They have exclusivity.
Yeah.
And so instead of the ATF going after all these companies for their super safe... for their super safe devices, Rare Breed is just going to try and sue them out of existence.
I've heard two perspectives on that. I've heard they're serious about it, and then I've also heard that it's just a paper blanket to cover themselves.
Well, it is a paper blanket because you can't stop the signal.
You gotta observe this, right? So if it was just a paper blanket to cover their tracks and say, oh, we tried, fucking Rare Breed tried, we sent them the paperwork, whatever, and we got to pursue it. My bad. I would believe that perspective if they didn't come after the super safety design and try to get that patent.
It's not the same at all.
I think that's fucking bullshit, and I think they might be trying to do this shit for real. And if Rare Breed, if that's the case, straight fuck you.
Yeah, you're a horrible person. You are not part of this community. Yeah. You are doing awful things.
Yeah.
So
I, as a person, will make sure everyone that I talk to and everyone I affiliate with knows what you did. And I will make sure as many people as I can, like, try to convince to not buy your product, I will. Until you change that.
Yeah.
Because it is not how this industry should roll. We should stand with each other,
support
not
each other.
against each other.
Yep, 100%.
That is fucking disgusting. As
100%, dude.
We already have enough oppression from our government. Why are we fighting each other?
Yeah.
So, just saying.
No, that gets super, super annoying when companies that are like doing like these cool, innovative things start getting at each other's throats, and you know
we're probably going to get a cease and desist for that. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. But like these companies start getting at each other's throats, and then who's the one that feels the negative effects?
The customer.
That's us, the customer,
the end user.
You know, end user. And so no, let's just get along, man. Like,
all right. Well, we're gonna go on a quick break, and then we're gonna jump into another topic. Let's talk about dumb accessories, stubborn learners, and the NIJ stuff here shortly after this.
Right
Sound
on.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
We'll
good.
Be right back.
All right. See you guys after the break.
Yep.
All right, and we're back. So, fuck everything we said we were going to talk about before the break.
That. My fucking bag got in, and we're doing that.
Yes,
Idahomies first. We're doing active unboxings. I haven't opened this bitch yet. We're going to be the first ones to see how Armageddon Gear packages all their shit. It did get here a little squished. The mailman said it was heavy. So,
let me see this thing. That's decent weight.
That's a hefty motherfucker, dude.
Dude, that's a 13-pound package. What the hell they got in that thing? Rocks?
We both know that fucking all this bullshit fucking, the package is this much weight. That's cap. But yeah, let's open this with my craft knife real quick. Hey, shout out Chris Reeves. You guys should give me a knife for when I do gear reviews. So I got the waxed ones, or waxed one, whatever. Shout out to my lady.
Let's see this.
But it is a Armageddon Gear Game Changer +1 bag. So it comes with just this in the box. Oh no, there's a slip in there. It came with a sticker. Hey, shout out Armageddon Gear.
And a packing slip.
Yeah, so a little handle, a little bit of wax leather. It's a little bit heavy, but it's maneuverable. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that feels nice.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna wear in great.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
And that's hefty too.
Yeah. So, it came with a box that says Armageddon Gear on it. It came with a packing slip. Yeah. That's pretty much it. And a sticker and a bag.
Well, either way, that was fun.
Hell yeah.
You know what? This makes me... I get the same feeling with this sitting right here as I do when I'm walking past plodding soil at, like, Lowe's. I just want to, like...
punch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
My hands feel waxy now.
Here. Yeah, it's
throw that
new.
under there.
Yeah, we're gonna use it as intended here for the rest of the podcast.
Nice.
There we go. You know, damn, that bitch feels good. That leather's gonna be nice, man. Shout out Armageddon Gear. This is some fucking crazy nice shit. I actually saw one of these bags thrown off the top of the tower at Parma, and it fucking held together. I was so impressed.
How tall is that tower?
Oh, dude, I don't know. It's a tall bitch.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But yeah.
Okay, either way, we had our fun there. Now we can get back to whatever bullshit we wanted to talk about before, I guess.
Let's talk about stupid AR upgrades.
Ooh.
Or shit we hate to see on ARs. What about those Noveski pig things?
That's what I was trying. I remember when we were shouting into the void 48 hours ago, I brought this up and I was like, I remember, I just couldn't remember. Okay. So yeah, that Surefire, whatever they call it. Is it the war comp or?
No, it's not a war comp. It's something else.
It's like the Noveski pig flash hider.
It's a blast chamber basically.
Is it a blast diffuser or something?
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's stupid. It's stupid.
Fucking retarded. Just get a flash hider or break if you're shooting PRS or whatever, or if you're gonna run a suppressor. those little stupid blast diffuser things, all they do is make it significantly louder for everything in front of it, and it does not help you whatsoever. It's dumb as fuck.
It
So
barely
they're stupid.
diffuses the blast. It's a
Yeah.
loudenser. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. It's
So
a baffleless suppressor. So gay.
yeah, no, I don't understand why anyone gets those at these point. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sure some people have, like, some very certain people have some very certain specific use cases for it. Like, I won't doubt it. Anything's possible, but for the vast majority of people, whenever I see one on there, I just think it's retarded.
Yeah,
Like,
100% an uneducated buyer.
no. What about you?
100%. I'm gonna say it. I hate seeing like sight marks and cheap piece of shit optics on ARs.
Oh yeah,
I see a
but
lot
I mean,
of people buy a Daniel Defense and then throw a fucking True Glow up top, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I've
dude?
seen that too.
Or a
Sight mark,
Tasco,
the infamous sight mark, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I remember there was one. I think it was like Condition 1 cases. You guys suck at your advertising. You guys had a Knight's rifle in your ad with a sight mark on it. And then you had EOTechs on Anderson's.
Maybe they're rage baiting, dude.
Dude, what do you
gotta
I
be
mean,
rage
okay,
baiting.
okay. You know what? Actually, I just shouted them out on this podcast.
Yeah, it's working.
You know what? Never mind. I still hate you guys.
Yeah.
That was horrible. But like,
advertisation is working, son.
I guess someone told them it doesn't matter if we hate them if we all say their name.
Yeah. All right, so we got dumb ARs, things we wish would come back.
Things we wish would
I'm gonna
come
say
back.
carry handles.
Retro vibes, dude.
Yep,
Yeah,
retro vibes.
retro vibes.
70s, 80s, dude.
Mhm.
Like fucking good quality Colt uppers and lowers.
Oh,
and,
you know what I love seeing every single time one pops up? If I see an M16 with a gooseneck mount or neck mount and like the
with the
original
dot, yeah.
ACOG dot.
Aim point 2000 or whatever.
No, not the aim point. That would be the aim point 3000.
Oh.
But that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about the original Trejicon ACOG.
Oh,
That red dot with the yellow dot, or it wasn't a red dot. It was a yellow dot with like a blue lens. Like it sucked. It was horrible. The light transfusion through, like everything about it sucked. But it was just a vibe. It looked so cool.
Or
like
the M16A1, the triangular handguard, dude. If they were to do that with M-lock slots, I'm just saying I would buy one.
You know how cool it would be if like DOE guns became like a standard regular thing again?
Yeah.
Like the old school 9mm DOE guns.
Yeah.
Oh, those are so cool. That's definitely a bucket list thing for me. But yeah, I don't need one right now because I got my MP5 and it's like you don't really need two PCCs. So
I also wish we could come back to the times of not having the NFA. That's another thing.
Oh my goodness, dude!
Yeah.
Why didn't my grandpa go out and buy a ton of machine guns? Like you have to I mean, even back then, people had to realize, like, oh, these are getting banned. Like, it's gonna, like, the price is gonna go up, right?
I'm not gonna say who, but there's a guy in MT6 that his dad knew that this shit was coming, and he has barrels, like literal barrels of the registered drop-ins. Like, dude, he has money for the rest of his life because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, I think it's like he said, like 80% of them come from him or something.
How much did those drop-in auto sears cost? Before May of 1986.
I don't know. I know they're like 20 grand now.
I don't want to misspeak.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure
like 60, $70 or something probably.
Yeah, like $60, $70 pop, something like that. Dude, I would have taken my entire life savings and just bought as many as I could.
Dude, massive investment strategy. Stonks. Yeah. Stonks.
Stonks.
All right. Well, we can talk about stubborn learners, if you want to, real quick. We'll make it a quick one.
Yeah, why don't you start it off?
All right. Stubborn learners. If there's one thing that I've learned about running Idahomies and stuff like that is some people just refuse to grab on information because they're stuck in their ways. It's one of those things where this is why Idahomies exists, to try to show people a better way, but some people just don't want to grasp it, and we try to gather people towards buying the right things, like a BCM or whatever it may be. But some people just go out and buy cheap shit left and right. They're like, oh, 5.6 rifles is better than one good one. All this kind of dumb shit. And, it's a little tough seeing stuff like that because you see them have the progression curve of somebody that just pays attention and they get their stuff in one way, like Vaughn. You know, like it's going to take him maybe 2 years to have an extremely fucking solid setup because he is intelligent and he listens to the people around him. The group chats on Idahomies are filled with insanely intelligent and knowledgeable people, man. You know, and I don't even think I'm on the bar of some of those people in the groups. You know, like seriously, there is a lot of information, a plethora, and he takes
wealth
that.
of knowledge.
Yeah, he takes that and he listens, and he went from like some little weird, no offense, Vaughn, some little weird off-brand like 9mm PCC AR thing to like building out a fucking legit rifle and getting a proper pistol and getting the gear set up, and he's doing it slowly over time, which is fucking fantastic versus people that have joined the group that just fucking buy shit over and over and over, and their progression curve, it gets slightly better over time, but it's going to take them like 5-6 years and tens of thousands of more dollars to get to the point where Vaughn's going to be in 1 year or 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that's really hard to see as me because I want everybody to understand, you know, and learn. But if you're a stubborn learner, you're just not going to get there and you're going to waste more money over time, especially if you're going to stick in the hobby.
Yeah. By
It's
the
that
way,
simple.
Vaughn, huge shout out to you.
Yeah.
You are by far one of the coolest guys that we know that actually like listens, wants to learn.
There's
and
a lot
like,
of people like that.
There
but
are a
Vaughn,
lot of people.
Vaughn is the captain of like, I'm taking this shit serious, which is so impressive.
Yeah, no,
You know?
you've made leaps and bounds improvements, and it's just it's awesome to watch you grow, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we'll go through NIJ certified versus tested.
Why don't you talk more about this? Because I will admit, you know, if I don't know something, like I'm not gonna talk a whole bunch about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know a whole lot versus like tested versus certified. So why don't you try and educate me here?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you look at some brand plates, I'm not going to call out the brands. I don't want to create any heat, but some of their plates, they say NIJ, National Institute of Justice, tested. Right? And what that means is it was tested to the standard, but it wasn't certified, aka it failed the standard.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There is a standard that all body armor plates in specific, not lids, is held to. It's the NIJ. You know, there's a certain 6010.1 or I forget whatever it is, but if the plate says certified, it passed that testing process, and that's extremely important. You know, you'll never see a soft guy carrying some plate that is not NIJ certified. And it's certified and guaranteed to stop up to XYZ rating that it's tested for. You know, like level 4 will stop 30-06 AP or whatever it may be, which is very impressive.
I don't think you'll really see any agency running anything that isn't certified.
Exactly.
I mean, except for that one stupid bitch from the ATF wearing a
gong. Circle plate.
I just remembered that, dude. I was like, no, I know of an agency that didn't use NIJ certified plates.
Yeah, fucking
God. Oh, another L for the ATF.
Anyways, yeah, you know, it's one of those things where that plate's guaranteed to stop that up until the plate expires for ceramics. And then NIJ tested, there is no guarantee. It could work, it could not. And I'm the kind of person that if it's life-saving equipment, and everybody should be too, if it's life-saving equipment, you don't cheap out. You don't listen to YouTube videos from XYZ YouTuber of, oh, it's tested, but it's stopping the bullets right here. Those could be cherry-picked plates.
Don't flip a coin with your life.
Most stuff on social media, a lot of YouTubers and stuff like that, they bias towards certain things because they're provided product and they want to continue that relationship. Nothing wrong with that. Make your money, bro. Do what you want. I'll never be like that. We'll never be like that. But with that being said, you know, it's one of those things where it could stop it or it could not. Maybe. Do you want to risk your life on it? Which if you get hit in the plate, you're going to be in pain regardless. You're going to be out of the fight, but you're going to be able to go home and heal versus the possibility of death. You know, and it's one of those things where if you're buying life-saving equipment, don't waste your money. Just get the right thing. Get certified. Go do the research. Look at the plates because it'll say it on the plates. It'll say NIJ tested. And they make it look like a certification stamp, but it's not. So you got to make sure the wording on it is appropriate. I actually walked into a shop. I'm not going to say where or who. It wasn't a gun shop. It was an accessory shop that had plates, and they're like, yeah, it's NIJ certified. Yeah. And I looked at the plates because I was about to buy them, and I was like, hey, this says tested. And he's like, doesn't that mean certified? And I had to educate the owner on this. That was like 2 years ago.
You talking about the place on Franklin?
No.
Was it around here?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was. I'm not going to say the general area I was in. I don't even know if it was in Idaho, but it was an airsoft shop.
Okay. And, I will say I've been to a shop around the area that I've walked in, and I've seen different plates that have said tested and certified, and I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, so tested means it was tested to that standard, but it did not reach certification goals. Which the testing is quite rigorous. You know, you should look it up. It's actually impressive. I'm impressed that any kind of ceramic can pass that kind of durability testing. Anywho, yeah, make sure you check that. It's very important, you know, and you'll see a significant price difference in between the ones that are certified and the ones that are not. And in some cases, you can find great deals on Hoplite, or I forget what brand I have. 16S3 or something like that, or 17S3 or whatever plates that I have. I forget the brand. Somebody in the comments call it out. I'm sorry. But you can find those for a fantastic deal, dude. They're
good plates too.
There's really no reason for I forgot the brand. Whatever. I'll put it on the video, whatever.
Those aren't Hescos, are they?
I think they're no, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Okay.
So we'll figure it out.
I know I have Hesco LT10s, so.
Okay, I'm not sure. But you can find certified plates for a very good deal. And there's no reason to not go for it. More importantly, I would rather you have ceramic plates, even tested, over a steel plate. You know, don't buy steel plates. It's a bad idea. Even with the spall coating.
Steel is for targets, not for body armor.
It's fucking stupid, you know? Like, if you get in a fucking wreck in a Humvee or whatever it may be, and that plate comes up, it could karate chop you and fuck you up real bad. And, you know, a ceramic has a much more rounded edge for a reason. Not only that, but we run into the issue of spall and stuff like that, depending on what you're hit with, you know? And then also you run into humility that if you get hit, you sound like a fucking gong on the range.
Could you imagine?
Just in the back of the stack,
and it's just... Dum.
Yeah, you hear the fucking Taco Bell noise from the back of the stack. Just
it's just the taco. Dum.
Yeah, like fucking Bobby
dude,
got hit.
No, they got real life hit markers, dog. They're just dum dum.
Yeah, dude, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy. Don't sit down your plate carrier on your homie's tailgate and it makes Taco Bell noises. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're running pretty close on time here. We're at 4:18. We've recorded a good amount of stuff so far.
Yeah. Do you want to start wrapping up?
I think we pretty much covered everything. Let's talk about some interesting guns that are coming out. We don't really have much research on them, but that'll be sort of the wrap-up topic. LaRue released it was for the MRGG contract, I think it's called a LaRue LT10. That gun is so fucking sick. It looks so good, dude. It's a 6.5 Creedmoor DMR rifle. Thing is sex.
Yeah.
It looks good. And then we also got the Sons of Liberty Gunworks MK1. That thing looks really good too. I've been hearing really good things about it. Sons of Liberty sort of has a juxtaposition when it comes to their general opinions from the end user base. I've seen things where it's like, oh, they outsource everything versus they do really good QC checks. You know, so it's weird. It's one of those things where they make really good products, but there's some weird opinions. I am of the belief that it's pretty good shit. You know, I would say it's pretty good, you know, and I love the look of the MK1. And apparently it performs fantastic from everybody that's had hands-on. You know, it's holding pretty good accuracy remarks. It's holding up to the abuse. You know, it's a pretty good setup so far. So that being said, I also saw one of those LaRue 6.5 Creedmoors getting used in the Nasty on the Everly Stock video. Shout out Everly Stock. And it looked fucking great, dude. And the guy behind the gun was very skilled, and he was ringing steel just fucking fine, fast as shit. So,
you know,
I don't know. I can't speak much to it, but it is a very attractive looking gun. I think it's the LT10. Call me out if I'm wrong in the comments, but
I had to look it up just now. We were just talking about new guns, and I was like, oh my, like I saw something on Instagram yesterday. Did you see? We don't have a Jamie, so I have to look this up myself. Did you see the PSA X 5.7?
Really, PSA?
I mean, no, because I don't think this is a solid
as a fucking range toy.
As a range toy.
Do not fucking depend on these things.
Okay, dude, they're making their version of the MP7. Look at this. It looks like...
Ooh, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks like PSA went, okay, let's take the MP7 and let's have AI draw it without changing anything 3 times. And it changed just barely enough to where it's not an MP7, but it definitely looks like one. And it looks decent. I think it would be fun, especially if we could get it super safe compatible.
Oh, fair enough. Honestly,
Dude,
dude, one thing I want to see.
5.7 super safe. Like that would be a lot of fun.
You want to know what I want to see? I sort of want to build a P90 with a super safe.
Oh, I want a P90 so bad, dude.
Ever since
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege Vegas 2. Vegas 2. Dude, that was a great game. I love that game. That exposed me to like MP5, P90, all this different stuff. I had plenty of hours on that game.
Somebody's gonna clip that.
Someone will definitely clip that.
Yeah.
Just wait for the memes to be made out of it when people start using AI to make different videos of it. You're just asking for it. You're asking for it. God, I don't want to show my face in the podcast anymore. I feel like they're gonna take a clip of my face and make something.
Arma Poppy.
Dude,
This bag is double cheeked up for no reason, dude. Look how eatable that crack is.
I'm not going to respond to that. That's not a hinged thing to say. That was completely unhinged.
Completely left the fucking chat.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty much it, man.
Either way, wrapping up, because I don't want to be here anymore. I'm uncomfortable. Let's do something that I'm stealing from our dear friend Nathan, who stole it from the serial impregnator.
Okay, hold on. Don't be nice. We'll leave it at that.
I joke. Kinda.
Fucking A, dude.
Dad advice.
I'm not saying anything.
It doesn't have to be anything like super serious. It could be serious. It could be funny. Imagine that
you say dad advice, and then I'll give not dad advice.
Like good cop, bad cop?
No, you do dad advice, and then I'll do not dad advice. We'll just call it not dad advice for me, because I'm not a dad.
Okay, I guess that works.
Yeah. Dad advice, go.
Dad advice, take pictures with your friends.
Damn straight, dude, especially if you're in the military.
I
was disgruntled, and I didn't want to look like a boot, and I didn't take many pictures. I regret it to this day, deeply, dude. Take pictures if you're in the military. It only lasts so long.
No, 100% take pictures. Those are going to be memories that you are going to want to keep for the rest of your life. Like, I have this picture frame that I got for Christmas. It's called Aura. And
you got Aura?
Yeah. Wow. I'm Aura farming over here. No, it's called an Aura picture frame, and essentially it's like a digital picture frame that like you can send like codes to. And like people can like send like whatever pictures they want to your frame.
Can I get the link?
No.
No. You would have got an unsolicited chocolate starfish.
Oh my god! And that's why I'm not sending you the link. Either way,
Everybody, let's get Jake's Aura link.
No,
let's figure it out.
I'm gonna regret bringing that up. Either way,
everybody pester him. Everybody pester him for the Aura link.
I'm not gonna be able to finish my sentence. I'm just gonna rabbit hole this.
Go.
Dude, I'm so off track. Either way, a lot of pictures like with my buddies oftentimes pop up on there, like pictures of me and my friends in the Marine Corps, like in uniform. Me visiting when we were on the outside, all EAS'd up and shit. And there's also pictures on there of me with buddies that aren't with us anymore. And so if I was hesitant and I did not take those pictures with my friends, if I did not speak up, man up, be the boot, and be like, hey, I don't give a shit what you think, get in here, let's take a picture, I would not have that. And
I'm in those shoes. It sucks.
Those are extremely valuable. Like last night, one of my good buddies that I wear on my wrist here, his picture came up, and dude, I almost cried.
Dude,
it was, and like people will hear that and be like, oh, like why do I want like all this stuff? Like if it's gonna make me cry, like it's good to feel emotion. You need emotion.
Sorry, my dog.
Even if
we could wrap it up with Boo Boo when we're done.
Yes, we'll bring Boo Boo in when we're done. But It's good to have emotion. It's good to remember those things. Like, pain is necessary in order to grow.
Yeah.
And even if, those images aren't painful, like, and they could be painful a bunch of different ways. You can miss your boys, whether they're here with us or not anymore. But it's good to have those. And I highly recommend everyone to just swallow your pride, take a picture with your friends, as long as you're not doing anything stupid. If you're doing stupid stuff, then don't have a camera out.
Don't take a picture of what you're going to send to his Aura link. Only for the picture going to his Aura link.
Yeah, we're going to stop talking about that. Maybe walk that back. Well, either way, what's your piece of advice for
I'm
our
gonna steal
audience?
a bit from Nathan. I'm going to steal a bit from Nathan, and then I'm going to go off to another one that's slightly related. One, just be nice. Be a good person. It's not hard. It's free to be a good person.
Yeah.
It's free to treat people well. No matter what.
That includes gas station employees.
Yeah, seriously, bro. Like
service workers.
Yeah.
We're all people. We're all just surviving. Life sucks.
We're people now.
Everyone can be nice to each other and get along. It doesn't really matter what you believe in. Everyone has the ability to be cordial for 5-10 minutes with someone, even if they disagree with everything they have to say.
Yeah, dude, 100%. Just be a good person. And then the thing that relates to that is be a good person when even nobody is watching. I'm not talking about how you interact with others. I'm talking about even if nobody's watching, return your shopping cart. Somebody has to collect those at the end of the day.
Yep.
Be a good person, have good morals, hold your head up high, and always seek the truth. Don't fucking go and half-ass things. Be a good person.
If I see you not return your shopping cart, I will take you out to a shipping container in the middle of the desert, and I will tickle you for days.
Yeah. Tickle. We will tickle you.
Stealing that from Nathan as well.
Yep. Shout out Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And treat service workers well. Like, there's no reason you can't ask people, especially people on the phone, if they're from America anyways. No, even the people overseas, even the
hello, this is AT&T.
How was your day today? At least be a good person. Ask them how their day is, especially in that awkward panic where you're like trying to find your card info or whatever. Just be like, how's your day going, man? Be a good person. Be intrapersonal or whatever the proper word for it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wraps it up. Be a good person. Take pictures. Cherish life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I think that's a wrap for
either way, we're going to be
possibly, but
wrapping it up.
Yeah.
We will be moving to a new studio here sometime soon as well. So bear with us with that. We want to have, guests on, interview some people.
Yeah.
We have a list. We're getting to it.
Yeah.
It's just, the holidays were chaotic. It took us a while
for every 2 to 3 weeks. We're not going to set a solid date because we don't want to rush things. We want the stuff that we release to be genuinely good
quality.
So
just like our rifles.
Yeah, dude. Exactly. Poor is a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Poor quality is a mindset when in regards to shit that you put on the internet and shit that you run.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Idahomies Podcast number 2. You'll see number 3 come out here soon. Deuces, y'all.
Hell yeah.